Hey, how you guys doing? Now for my second topic of the week. We're gonna talk about sound cards, dedicated sound cards in particular. Of course, I remember a decade or two ago, that was part of each computer that have a dedicated sound card for usually surround sound systems. And then, of course, over time, you notice most PC manufacturers that actually build a lot of this stuff, dedicated cards into their motherboards, not obviously not just sound cards. I can remember way in the past when to be able to even use a hard drive, you had to have a IDE um, slot card to be able to use a hard drive. Now the SATA's connections are built in, network cards, and now sound cards. And of course, when they built these sound cards into the motherboards, that was for just the average user. Could just be for watching videos, video gaming, and so on. And some of the early ones we still had problems if you really wanted to like record the best audio or the best game. You would still need a dedicated audio card simply because when you put the sound card built into the motherboard, you have different electrical interferences inside there coming from many different components. So you would get a lot of buzz and electrical noise. Of course, over time, a lot of things really improved. They built in shielding over the sound card chips and better drivers into the operating systems like Microsoft Windows. Kind of made dedicated sound cards obsolete until actually very recently. I've seen Sound Blaster finally come out with its own sound cards now again. Of course, the last 10 years, most of them people just buy it in the built-in. They just use the built-in sound from the motherboard, which is more than enough for what they needed. And unless, of course, like I said, you were a dedicated gamer, wanted the best surround sound to support better speaker systems or something like that, then you might want to use a dedicated card to get the best sound quality available. And even myself, I did probably broadcasting for about 8 years until last year or two. I kind of stopped doing it, but I'd actually used the built-in sound from the Mac Pro simply because, well, for one reason, there's only 4 slots to begin with. By the time I put in a video card, a couple of capture cards, and so on, I had pretty much maxed out. But I found the built-in audio more than adequate, and I had no problem whatsoever using the mic input and the speaker output to went through even a complex mixer system and then dedicated rack components for compressor and so on, and it was quite good, the audio. So just to show you that how good the built-in audio systems in most computers can be nowadays. Like I said, now I think we're seeing a little bit of a comeback. I'm not saying a whole lot. Unless mostly the high-end people, I guess you could say. So yeah, it's kind of weird seeing like some things kind of almost disappear. Obviously, some things disappear more than others. Like I said, network cards. You don't really need a built-in one. Um, Necessarily like a network card. Most motherboards now have it built in, unless you want to add some kind of wireless system. But then even then, you can use USB or other things as well. And how about you guys? What do you think? Do you guys uh, simply use the built-in audio for most of your uses for gaming and so on? I know I do pretty much.